You're 16, standing on a wet field behind the elementary school at 8 on a Saturday morning, a Fox 40 whistle on a lanyard around your neck. Two teams of 6-year-olds are waiting for you to start their game, and the parents are already shouting. At the final whistle, the home coach puts an envelope in your hand. $25. Cash. 20 years later, FIFA pays the referee standing in a World Cup tunnel a base of $70,000 before a single match fee. Between those two envelopes sit nearly 110,000 registered referees working amateur games across America. Most of the new ones quit within 2 years. Screamed off the field by grown adults. This is every level of a soccer referee in America, and what it actually costs to climb. If you like breakdowns of how careers actually progress, like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Level 1. The Saturday Morning Rec Ref. You're 16, and the certification course cost $75, paid off your mom's credit card at the kitchen table. You sit through the online modules, pass the in-person field training, and a badge arrives with the year stitched on a patch. The badge is green, a 2025 Federation rule, so every adult on the sideline knows they're screaming at a child. You buy the Fox 40 Classic for $5.95. The yellow jersey comes in a starter kit, one size too big, with a set of red and yellow cards and a referee wallet you'll carry for years. Saturday. The grass is still wet when you walk the field before an under-8 kickoff, checking for holes, sprinkler heads, and dog mess. You press the net pegs down with your heel and straighten a corner flag. You check shin guards on kids half your height, confiscate a beaded bracelet from a crying forward, and run a coin toss with captains who barely reach your elbow. You put the whistle in your mouth, and for 1 second nothing comes out. Then it does, and 22 6-year-olds start running in the same direction. You explain throw-ins mid-game. You restart play for a swarm chasing one ball, twice. A father 2 steps from the touchline calls you blind. You're closer to the play than he is, but you don't say that. In Fairfield, Ohio, a youth line judge named Tyrek Green had a mother scream directly into his face at a game for 9-year-olds. That's the job at this level. You keep the whistle dry and the game moving. At the final whistle, the home coach shakes your hand and leaves an envelope in it. $25, cash. You count it twice on the walk home. You stop practicing the whistle in your bedroom. The kids from the winning team ask if you'll have their game next week. Plenty of new referees never make it to a second season. The ones who do find out the games get bigger and the money gets better. If one person decides you're worth it. Level 2 is about that person. Level 2. The regular. That person is the assigner, and your whole schedule lives in their hands. You set your availability in the Arbiter Sports app every Sunday night, and the assignments buzz in like job offers. A center at the under 11 level pays $40. The parents watching you spend $10,000 to $15,000 a year on club fees. You do the math on the drive between fields. Your mom driving, you eating orange slices in the passenger seat, with your flags in a grocery bag. You buy a Fox 40 Sonic Blast as a backup, and a second jersey in a different color, because travel club teams show up in every kit you own. Match reports go in within 24 hours. One assigner forgets to pay you, and you chase the fee for 3 weeks over Venmo until it clears. You learn to sell a call, the sharp whistle, the square shoulders, the arm that doesn't waver. Your first send-off comes on a cynical trip from behind. The coach loses his mind. The card stays up. In West Los Angeles, a 10-year veteran youth referee named Avery Crute quit over the sidelines, calling the parents obnoxious, foul-mouthed, and entitled. In South Carolina, 70% of new youth soccer officials don't come back after their first year. California wrote it into law. Penal Code Section 243.8 makes battery on a sports official a misdemeanor with enhanced penalties. Read that again. There's a law because people hit referees. You start parking where you can see your car from the field. But you stay, and staying is the whole trick. At the end of the season, the club pays a $200 bonus for working a full slate, and the assigner starts giving you the Sunday doubleheaders first. The better games come with older players, faster play, and coaches who know the rulebook. To keep climbing, you'll need a rulebook of your own, and a stopwatch. Level 3 is where the hobby ends. Level 3. The climb. You're 18 now, and the ladder splits into 3 rails. High school, competitive youth, college. Friday nights you work varsity under stadium lights with the NFHS rulebook in your bag, because high school soccer runs on its own laws. Weekends, you center competitive youth with 2 assistant referees, 2 ARs, running the diagonal system of control. You buy a Ref 6 referee watch and keep the IFAB Laws of the Game app open on your phone at red lights. You learn the alphabet of real officiating. So, denying an obvious goal-scoring opportunity, the call that ends matches. An assessor with a clipboard sits through your game and reads your positioning back to you in a parking lot for 45 minutes. You watch film of yourself and hate your own diagonal. Mark Geiger did this exact climb. A New Jersey math teacher who became the first American to referee a World Cup knockout match. His words, "I started reffing at 13 just as a way to make a few extra bucks. It was better than working at McDonald's or Burger King." The College Officials Association takes you after 3 seasons and a stack of game reports, and now there's a fitness gate. The upgrade to regional runs through the same test format FIFA uses. 6 40-meter sprints, each under a category time. Then 40 interval runs. Sprint, walk, around a track, with a man holding a stopwatch and a whistle of his own. You train on a high school track at dawn in racing spikes. The first attempt, your legs go on the back stretch of the final laps. You miss the time. No appeal. No partial credit. The clock doesn't negotiate. You spend 6 weeks running intervals in the dark before work. Second attempt, you finish with room to spare, hands on your knees, and the tester signs the sheet without looking up. That signature changes your ceiling. The written exam and the on-field assessment follow, and the regional badge replaces the grassroots one on your chest. The National Association of Sports Officials surveyed 35,813 officials in 2023, and nearly 69% said sportsmanship is getting worse. You've stopped hearing the sidelines. That's not toughness. It's bandwidth. Every ounce of attention goes to the next tackle, the next offside line, the next restart. Somewhere in a half-empty college stadium, a scout from the Professional Referee Organization writes your name in a notebook. You won't know for months. Level 4 finds you. You don't find it. Level 4. Turning Pro. The Professional Referee Organization runs a development tier called PRO2, and one email moves you into it. Now you work the Second Division Men's Leagues and the Women's Professional League, and nobody publishes what those matches pay. The benchmark above you is public. The MLS man in the middle makes $1,500 a match. You watch him work on a bar television and do the math. The kid centering youth games back home still makes 40. You live somewhere between those two numbers. On match day, you pull on a full comms kit for the first time, an earpiece carrying 2 assistants and a 4th official straight into your skull. You clip a vanishing spray canister onto your hip. You paint the 10-yard line on every free kick like everyone on Earth does now. 4th official shifts at top-flight games teach you the speed by osmosis. You hold up the substitution board and police both technical areas. You watch a veteran referee manage 22 professionals without ever raising his voice. Then the machine finally arrives. A goal line call goes upstairs to review, and the voice in your ear says the words you drilled, check complete. Back in 2016, a referee named Ismail Elfath ran the first live on-field video review in American soccer during a second division match. His own origin is the punchline of this whole profession. He was a hot-headed player until a league organizer, tired of his constant arguing, told him to go become a referee himself. The whole review procedure becomes muscle memory. A decision gets made on the field. The booth checks every angle upstairs. You sprint across the grass to the pitchside monitor. You study the replay 1 frame at a time. You confirm the call or you overturn it outright. You draw the television screen in the air with both hands. The first time you overturn yourself in front of a packed stadium, nobody boos the machine. They boo you. You sign the match report anyway, and the assessment that comes back says the overturn was correct. Correct is the only currency here. In April 2023, the Referees Union signed the first collective bargaining agreement for this development tier, which means the tier finally exists on paper. You fly economy to every away match. You ice your calves in a hotel bathtub. You take coaching calls between assignments. You stop unpacking your kit bag between trips. The organization is watching every match you work, deciding one question: are you ready for the top flight? One season the answer comes back yes. Level 5 has your name on a full-time contract at the top. Level 5, Major League Soccer. You're a full-time professional referee now, employed, salaried, tested. The base runs from $89,000 on probation to $176,000 for the veterans, with 300 matches behind them. Each match adds a $1,500 fee. Your week is training blocks, film sessions, fitness testing, and a flight. Match day. You arrive 2 hours early, walk the pitch, check the nets, and inspect both rosters. The crew briefing covers set-piece assignments, the video booth, and which star forward goes down easiest, then 60 minutes of noise. You card a $10 million player and he looks at you like you took his wallet. The video review process now comes with a microphone. You announce the decision to the entire stadium. Your voice on the public address, the way the Women's World Cup pioneered it. Tori Penso stood exactly here, the first full-time female referee in league history. Her words, "I can tell you many times I had what felt like a stadium of 60,000 booing me for what was the correct decision on the field." Correct and popular are different jobs. You only get paid for one of them. In 2024, the league locked out its referees for 37 days and put replacements on the field, and the replacements proved the point better than any strike could. The games wobbled. The union came back with a record 7-year deal. The money above is that deal. You keep your fitness scores taped inside your locker, because one bad stretch of assessments ends careers at this level quietly, without a press release. You stop reading your name on social media after matches. A playoff assignment lands in your inbox in November, and the crew chief slot has your name on it. The pregame locker room before a cup final is the quietest room in the building. Then the tunnel, the anthem, the coin. Somewhere above the domestic game there's one more badge. A small one, stitched with a year, that turns a referee into an international. Level 6 is the badge. Level 6, the FIFA badge and the World Cup. Every January, the Federation names its international list, and one year your name is on it. The badge is small, the consequences aren't. You now referee for the country, not a league. The fitness test tightens. 6 40-meter sprints, each under 6 seconds. Then the interval runs, every year, forever. FIFA once forced referees to retire at 45. The rule is gone since 2014, but the stopwatch enforces its own version. You work continental qualifiers and international friendlies, sit through pre-tournament seminars, and learn to manage matches where the two benches don't share a language. Then the call. A World Cup panel. Your federation's crest next to your name. The 2022 tournament paid referees a $70,000 base, plus $3,000 per group match and $10,000 per knockout. The kit is Adidas, head to toe, and in 2022, every official got a Hublot watch with the tournament crest. Goal line technology talks to your wrist now. The watch buzzes when the ball crosses the line, and 1 billion people wait for your arm. At the 2026 World Cup, U.S. Soccer sent a record 8 officials, tied for the most of any country. Ismail Elfath and Tori Penso among the referees, and on the line, Kathryn Nesbitt, an assistant referee with a doctorate in analytical chemistry, who left a professorship for the flag. One call can follow you for a lifetime, in both directions. In 1998, Esse Baharmast gave an 89th minute penalty in Brazil against Norway and was crucified worldwide overnight, until a Swedish TV angle surfaced a day later and proved him right. His words, he went from GOAT to GOAT. You walk the tunnel behind the match ball. The anthem shakes the concrete. The whistle in your hand costs $5.95, the same as it did when you were 16. You put it in your mouth, and this time, the sound comes out on the first try. Heard in every country on earth, there's one thing left to see, and it isn't above you, it's below. Final beat? Here's the twist about the top of this ladder. It isn't held up from above, it's held up from below. By 16-year-olds, nearly 110,000 referees keep amateur soccer alive in this country, and the youngest of them decide every Saturday whether the games happen at all. The Federation gives them green badges now so the adults can see exactly who they're screaming at. Some Saturdays, a whole league's schedule survives, because one teenager showed up with a whistle and a grocery bag of flags. You know this because you were the teenager. You fly home from the tournament and drive past the elementary school on a Saturday morning. Field 1 has an under-8 game, a kid in an oversized yellow jersey, and a father 2 steps from the touchline. The kid holds the line. The coach hands over the envelope at the final whistle. $25 cash, same as yours. You mentor the next class of officials now. The assessor's clipboard is yours, and you read positioning back to teenagers in parking lots, gently. The fitness test cost you a knee's worth of cartilage over the years, and dawn tracks in January, and more Friday nights than you can count. You'd sign up again before the sentence finished. Referees don't get statues. They get something stranger. A game that only exists because somebody neutral agreed to be hated by both sides, and did it anyway, for decades, correctly. The lanyard hangs on a hook by your door. On it is a Fox 40 Classic, the same $5.95 whistle from the starter kit, except this one has a World Cup on it. Saturday morning comes. There's a game at 8, and the whistle is yours. You still keep Saturday mornings open for the young officials who need a calm voice nearby. Their first confident whistle matters more than any badge hanging in your hall. You answer every time they call,